Welcome back, Armchair Media fans. We got this guy back on our show again.
We got Jake back.
And he wants to talk about something interesting today.
Yeah, we got a topic.
What I wanted to bring to the table to you two, since watching a lot of your videos and reading a lot of the controversy about the new Ghostbusters movie, and I haven't seen it, and I think that should be my thought. That's gonna be my thought.
My statement right there.
I refuse to see it because it's not free yet. Because I'm not gonna pay money to go see that.
It's not even worth it to see it for free.
I don't want to go see it. I don't want to spend money on it. Like
I didn't spend money on it.
I've seen Suicide Squad 4 times. The fact that Ghostbusters is still it's still out, and I still I want to I say quotations, but I want to see it because I'm not like, oh, I gotta go see the Ghostbusters. I want to see it because because I've heard it's bad, and I want to get my own opinion on it.
Just like Fan Four Stick. Whenever I had to go see Fan Four Stick in the theater because I heard it was so bad.
What is that?
Fantastic Four.
Oh,
Fan Four Stick.
Yeah, that's the same thing with that. It's
Yeah.
like, I didn't watch that movie in theaters because it wasn't free. I waited for it to come on HBO, and then I watched it.
You don't want to vote with your wallet and tell them, hey, this is okay.
Yeah.
It's okay to do this to me.
And I'm also not one of those customers that's going to go, I didn't like that movie, can I get a refund? Like, I know it's like a $3 ticket, but still, that's how much I don't want to give these people money. Is because these studios are screwing up movies.
Yeah, it's fucking.
So that's what the start of this conversation is about. But really, the conversation is about how studios nowadays are taking names. They aren't taking movies, but they're taking names and concepts and attempting. And really, I use the word attempting loosely because really they're taking the name, they're taking the movie, and they're going, "This is famous. Let's go. Let's make some money off this."
Yeah, it's a brand. It's got fans.
Like some people will, you just look at Vegas. A bunch of people are getting a shit ton of money off of Elvis Presley.
Yep.
That's not the real Elvis Presley, clearly, because he's dead. But these
They're
other
like
people
shitty remakes.
Yeah, like people are getting like these shitty remakes of Elvis, like, hey, look at me, and everyone's
like, did he ever go? Like I don't remember. Like I've not seen all of Elvis's things, but I've never seen him go. Like
I don't know,
Yeah.
like, ridiculously.
it's like an outrageous version of it.
But yeah, so it's like we're looking at it, we know it's not it, but we're still gonna give it money. You know,
Yeah.
No, like you don't have to go see these movies. Like, let other idiots go see them and then bootleg it or something. Like, don't, or wait for it to come on HBO. I'm gonna try to remember how much money, but I do believe the new Ghostbusters was estimated to cost $180 million to make.
Oh my god.
$180 million, guys, and it got back $148 million. Like, really? With the name Ghostbusters on it, you're guaranteed $230 million based on what the first two
Just the
movies
name alone.
Yeah.
Just the people that will come back
But,
based
yeah.
on the name.
based on the name, because that's what the first two made. The first movie cost $30 million to make, and it made $238 million. The second one cost $37 million to make, and got back 246, roughly, these are all estimated, $1 million back. So these movies in the 80s, way lower budget, of course everything was cheaper back then, but way lower budget, made double what this movie made. And you know why? Because people, to me, I honestly think that people finally took a stand to remakes and said, I'm not watching this movie.
Yeah. Because they finally got to a point where they touched something that they should not have touched.
Yeah, they finally took something, and instead of going, okay, I'm going to put a little modern twist on this, they said, I'm going to take this,
I'm gonna
and
go,
this is mine. Like,
I'm going to fuck it. I'm going to take it to the shed, and I'm going to fuck it.
It ain't going to like it, but I'm going to fuck it. That's exactly what they did, and why I think, I was sharing the same dad, and his dad being the same age as our dad, but they grew up in the time of like just amazing movies, because you had like Gone with the Wind that was like 3 hours, and like those were like history making movies because nobody had ever done it before.
Yeah, those were like the
but
first.
then this was when the good stuff
Like the
started
Renaissance.
coming. Yeah, this is
It's
when
like the Renaissance. It comes back after the Dark Ages.
Yeah.
And they had like the 70s and the 80s
Yeah.
were like the fucking movies.
And
When all the good shit came
Yeah,
out.
because Evil Dead alone, and Evil Dead's a good example because they did remake it, and it was so good that when they did remake it, the remake had to be good because, and same thing with like Star Trek and stuff like that. I think that
The rare ones.
people would riot, like if they would riot.
I think the underabundance of that era made it so they had to innovate.
Yeah,
You know, they
Yeah.
didn't have all these special effects and all these things, so they had to create them, and they had to be the first to do it. And I think that makes them better. You know, whenever they can't do this, they have to then innovate and then do this. You know, they have to do something different.
you know they kind of grew up in this great time of movies. You had Steven Spielberg. They were using animatronics. You had Jim Henson. You had these magical, I call them magical minds. You had these magical minds working in the film industry, using what they had and sometimes using what they didn't have. That's my conversation of what I think about remakes, reboots, and the piece of shit Ghostbusters movie that I won't see until somebody hands it to me.
Like it if you liked it.
Don't if you don't.
Subscribe below.
Put your fucking hand down.